Hey, what's up? This is Jeff Whiting. Just here. We have a pretty interesting conversation tonight to discuss. I just got done watching a video by a lady named Sherry Turkle. She's a psychologist, and she studies the effect that texting and social media and basically instant communication, the effect that all of that is happening on our lives, on us, on the way that we communicate with one another, and how it's changing us. Um, she makes several claims in her video. First of all, that the way that we communicate is changing us. She talks about how being able to instantly connect with somebody is actually not just changing the way that we act or the way that we present ourselves, but it's changing who we are. It's changing the way that we think and feel and the way that we view things and each other. Um, and she's her main claim is that all of this is it's a bad thing. That the way that technology and communication is changing us is bad. That it's having a negative effect on society in general, which I thought was very interesting. I've been doing a lot of thinking about this since I got back from my mission. But anyways, I'll give you my point of view here in a minute. Go over some of the things that she talked about. She talked about how people are at their core kind of afraid of not being heard, or afraid that people aren't going to hear their thoughts and their concerns. And social media and instant communication, I'll just say instant communication from now on, how it changes that or helps in that regard is that through social media, our network of connections that we can give our views to is broadened more than exponentially. Is instead of just being able to talk to whoever is within, I don't know, a 30-foot radius, I can talk to people back home in Arizona, or if I wanted, I could tell somebody in China the way that I'm thinking or the way that I'm feeling or my thoughts on a subject. Like this video, I can post this on YouTube and have hundreds of people view it and know what I think and what I'm feeling on this topic. Um, and another way that instant communication is changing us is that it's making us really bad at having face-to-face conversations. She talks about how uh, when she's interviewed people about this, they've talked to her about how, well, she asked the question, "What's wrong with communication?" And one of the answers that she got was that it's really messy. You can't edit it. It happens in real time. It's something that's going on right now, and you can't decide when you're going to respond. You can't do awkward silencers or anything, or rather, silences or pauses become awkward when you're having a conversation face to face in real time, because somebody expects a response right then. Whereas with instant communication, you can pick and choose the way that you communicate with others. You can type out a response, see how it looks, read over it, make sure it says and means exactly what you want it to say and mean, before you say it. And on social media, you can even go back and erase comments if you've changed your mind and you don't want people to see the way that you were thinking about something. You can go on and delete it. I know I've done that several times. Um, and basically, she goes on to talk about how all of these are having a negative effect on society. Um, I'm not sure that I agree with her. I mean, it's fairly obvious that instant communication is changing society. Um, I I just mentioned with some of my friends the other day. We were all sitting in a room. There's about eight of us, and nobody was talking to each other. There wasn't a movie going on or anything. There was no entertainment happening, except everybody was on their own phone talking to friends elsewhere, or like I was looking at motorcycles that I'm getting ready to buy. Um, but we had no communication between ourselves. Um, so instant communication is definitely changing society, but I think that change is a natural thing. And regardless of whether or not it's a good or bad thing, communication, instant communication is here to stay. It's not something that I think that we can do away with at this point. And I generally have high hopes for society that we'll find other ways to show our to build relationships and show our compassion and commitment to one another. And um, I think it's something that's going to sort itself out. So, anyways, that's my 2 cents on the matter. Talk to you later.